What's going on, guys? This is Raf from Between Two Forks back again this week with a second video which goes hand in hand with the video I posted earlier this week. It is an unboxing that I'm very excited for, and since this is an unboxing, let's go ahead and cut this thing open. But before I do that, if you can hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, it'll mean the world to me and it'll help me support all of this madness. And let's unbox this. Alright. Alright guys, so I took both of the items out of the boxes. So the first item we have here is this brand new made in Santoku, which is now available for pre-order on their website and will be shipping in April. Now, this Santoku retails for $99.99, but they're running a pre-order special for 10% off. So for $89.99, if you want to take advantage of that special, go pre-order yours today at, like I said, madeincookware.com. I'll link it down below so you can check it out. And then the second item that we have here is a made in cutting block or butcher block that they were nice enough to send over. But since the Santoku is the star of the show today, we're going to talk a little bit about this first. If you've seen my made in chef knife video, you'll notice a lot of similarities between the Santoku and the chef knife. First off, the packaging looks exactly the same because it's made by the same people. It's packed in this really nice foam, like dense foam box, which keeps the knife really nice and tight in there. And it protects it from banging around when shipped and just gives it great protection overall, and it's a very pretty packaging. And a second layer of protection that you see here is this knife sheath that it comes with. Now, most knives nowadays doesn't come with a knife sheath. You actually have to pay extra for it. So it's actually a really nice addition to have, especially for those of you guys who don't have like a knife block or a magnetic strip to keep your knives off of your tables or your counters. You can easily stick it in your knife sheath, stick it in your drawer, and it'll protect your knife. Now, the first thing you'll notice about this new Santoku is this brilliant red color on it. This knife comes in 3 different colors. It comes in black, white, and also this really nice red. And they also had a very limited release of like a really cool looking handle, which I think is already sold out. So we're kind of out of luck on that, but you still have a chance to get one of these black, white, or red ones. Now, let's go ahead and unbox this cutting board as well, because you guys are definitely more excited about seeing things get cut with a new knife than anything else. I took the liberty of taking the shrink wrap off of this thing to save us a little bit of time, but this was shrink wrapped and protected really nicely. This is a maple cutting block. One side of it has these nice juice or runoff grooves on it, and then the other side is completely flat, so you have 2 surfaces that you can cut on. And this flat surface, they said, also doubles as a really nice charcuterie tray. You get these boxes out of the way, get some stuff cutting, and we can talk a little bit more about the knife. Alright, I'm ready. Now, I do have to say this, if you are just now unboxing your cutting block or your butcher block or your cutting board, whatever you want to call it, first thing you want to do is season this thing first. You don't want to do what I'm doing right now, is to just go ahead and cut on it. So definitely season it with, you know, any kind of butcher block oil of your choice or any kind of oil of your choice. Now, one of the similarities of this made in Santoku and the made in chef knife is the material that it's made out of. It is both made out of the X50CR MOV15 steel, which is a German steel. It is nitrogen treated, which is cryogenically treated to create a more durable blade. And with a more durable blade, it means that it has a better edge retention capability, which is really nice. Now, one of the signature things about the made in knife compared to your other knives is this handle of theirs. This handle is actually a little bit thinner than a lot of your other knives, which is great for people with smaller hands. So if you have smaller hands, the made in knives are fantastic for it. Alright guys, so I have a few things I have to cut here, so let's go ahead and start cutting and talk a little bit about the Santoku itself. Now, the Santoku itself, you can see that the blade profile is a lot different than your Western chef knife. Check this out, guys. Look how sharp the knife is. But of course, any knife out of the box is sharp. So I'm definitely going to do a 6 months follow-up, so you can check back in 6 months to see how the knife is holding up. Now, like I said, the blade profile is a lot more different. It doesn't have a tip like the Western chef knife. It doesn't have that very pronounced belly like a Western chef knife does, which is great for rocking motion. This has a much more flatter blade profile, which makes it a much better contender for slicing and chop cuts. Now, one more thing that you'll also notice is that it is a much thinner blade. Having a thinner blade makes slicing through things a lot easier because there's just less bulk on the knife. And also, these scallopings along the blade, known as grantins, are also great to have when you're, doing delicate slicing, because the food just doesn't stick to the blade as easily. Another thing you'll notice immediately when grabbing onto a Santoku is that it's lighter. Of course it's lighter because it has less material on it. So that's one way that, your Santoku is more superior, I guess, in ways than your chef knife, because your Santoku is a much better contender for doing slice cuts and fine dicing cuts. Look at this, guys. I mean, it cuts and chops so much easier. Like the chopping motion, because it's a much flatter profile, it actually cuts clean through when it's flat against the board. Which a lot of times with your Western chef knife, you can't really do a really nice chopping motion to it. It's more for that nice rocking motion, Shape with your guiding hand to keep your fingertips from the blade. It's much better to just graze one of your knuckles than lose a fingertip. So always be careful when you're cutting. Now this pretty much wraps up the introduction of the Made in Santoku. I hope you guys liked the video, and if you guys like what you see, like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It'll mean the world to me, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.